Hey everyone, it's Brad coming to you with Woodsy Leather. This is part 3 of how to rebind a Bible. In this video, I'm going to show you how to put the final touches on the Bible rebind. So you can see that I've got the cover. We see the exterior piece of the cover as well as the interior liner that has been attached. I'm just applying Tokonole to the edges of the Bible. Now, I don't do this with all of my Bibles, but I have found that this puts a nice clean touch on the edge of the Bible. Again, I don't do fold overs. Mine are just clean cut edges. Sometimes I'll leave a yap on the Bible. Other times a yap between the interior cover and the exterior cover. Other times I will run the liner all the way to the edge of the exterior cover. Still do a yap on the Bible so that there's an overhang from the text block. But I have found that many folks like the Tokonole and many folks like the finished look on the edges of the Bible. So I'm just applying this Tokonole around the perimeter of the Bible just to cover up the hairy side of the leather, which there's not very much on this particular leather that I'm using. This is Seagull leather, and I'm using their Scarlet River Grain goat skin. So now I'm taking my edge burnisher and just going to burnish the edges just to smooth it out. Taking a microcloth fiber rag that I'm just buffing that with as well. Now I'm going to take and apply the Tokonole to the edge of the Bible. This takes just a minute to do, and I've found that just using my finger works best. I know there are other applicators that you can buy in order to apply the Tokonole to the edge as well. But once I get this applied all the way around, I'll wipe off the excess, and then I'm going to take the edge burner, which I have found works really well. I've also got one that I use in an off-brand Dremel tool. I'll use that from time to time, but I found that this works well, just using it to burnish the edges. It gives it a nice clean look, and this Seagull leather does burnish really well. All right, once that's finished, I'm going to be gluing the text block to the cover, and I'll line my Bible up inside and fold it over a few times just to make sure that everything looks correct. And then what you see me doing now in the video is I'm just applying some glue to the edge of the text block. I'll also apply some glue to the back of the Bible on the Oxford Hollow. And then I'll also apply some glue to the exterior cover in between the tabs on the liner. And I want to make sure that I get all the glue off so that there's not a lot of excess. Just want it to be smoothed out. And you'll see on the left the burgundy cover that I have there is an old cover that I cut off of a Bible that I've rebound. I found that these covers work really well to keep the glue from spreading on my liner. Then at this point, I'm just going to line up the text block, make sure that it is secure. I'm pressing the tab up against the text block now. Then I'll take and remove any excess glue before I actually fold the cover over, make sure that it lines up straight. And with this PVA glue, you do have just a couple minutes that you can move the glue before it begins to set. So I'm going to take the other side now. I'm just going to apply the glue to the text block as well as to the tab. Just make sure that that is spread real well. You want to remove any excess glue that you have, just so that that doesn't run over onto the text block or either onto the cover. You can see I got a little extra there, so just wipe that off. And then I'm going to press that up against the spine of the Bible. Just make sure I've got a nice straight line there for the edge line tab. Make sure that everything's lined up well. Make any necessary adjustments that need to be made. Again, I'm pretty peculiar about this. You can just close it up and go with what you got, but I'm really peculiar about my rebinds and want them to look nice and want them to be done well. So Make sure I've got everything in place, make sure that it's lined up right. And again, the thing I've learned with handcrafted rebinds like this is you want them to be perfect, but it's not going to be like a machine. I mean, it is all done by hand, so there may be some minor imperfections that you see. All right, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to cut the end sheets. And what I've found works best for me is I'll take the end sheet and actually lay it up against the interior cover, fold it over, and then I'll use a pencil just to trace around the text block and make a note as to whether this is the front or the back, so that I know when I go to cut that I've got the right piece in place. Doing the same thing here, just making a line around the outside of the text block onto the end sheet. Then once that is complete, I'll mark that, and then I'll use my quilting ruler and just cut the end sheet out. Now, I've used a number of different types of paper for the end sheets. This paper is from Michaels, and it seems to work really well. And for the life of me, I cannot think of the name. It's textured. It's textured cardstock. So I found that other rebinders were using this in the Bible Rebinders Facebook group, which I'm grateful for that group and for the tips that I'm able to learn through other videos such as this. So I'm going to cut the other end sheet. I'm using just a razor and the quilting ruler. Then once I've cut the end sheet, I'll use my scissors just to round off where the corners are. And then from that point, I have the two end sheets in place. And then the next step is going to be to glue the end sheets to the Bible. So I'll apply just a little bit of glue to the tab that's attached to the text block. Make sure the glue is spread out well. Again, it may look a little bit thick there, but I'll give it just a minute and it'll begin to dry. I'll try to wipe off any excess. And I'm also going to apply some glue to the existing end sheet that's in the Bible. I typically leave those in place. Don't really see a need to remove those. I know some rebinders do, and that's fine. I'll also apply some glue to my end sheet as well. Know, by the way, if you open a Bible and you see end sheets glued together like this, it will appear that the pages do not open well, but they're like that for a reason. So don't try to pry those open. Keep them like they are. It helps with the integrity of the Bible and to keep things held in place. Then I'm going to use a little bone folder and just press down end sheet to the lined to the tab, and then I'm going to use it to go around the perimeter of the tab. I like the way this looks. You don't have to do this. I just like the way that the tab looks. Make sure that is pressed down well. Fold it over, and then you have one side that is complete. Flip the Bible over, and then it's time to install the other end sheet. So use the same process for this. I'm going to take my PVA glue and just apply a little bit of glue to the tab, and then spread the glue out on the tab. You also want to make sure that you apply some glue to the text block itself where the tab is not attached, just so that your end sheet does glue down well. Also apply it beyond the edge line tab. I'm going to do the same thing on the end sheet as well. Just want to make sure that the glue is applied well, that it adheres well. And once that is done, I'm just going to line everything up. And I begin on the left side of the Bible here, just making sure that the left side is aligned and the front is aligned. And then once those two are in place, it's cut square, so it should line up pretty well. Press that down. Just use my finger to press down the glue. I want to make sure I take my rag and wipe off any excess glue there. I want to try to avoid getting this glue on the end sheet, because that will show. It's hard to get off the end sheet once the glue has touched the end sheet. Try to make the end sheets look really nice. Use the bone folder just to fold down around the tab at the top and the bottom, and then just run down the perimeter of the edge line tab. Again, I just like the way that looks. Make sure everything's pressed down well. Clean off any excess glue. And that is pretty much it as far as attaching the end sheets. I'll also go around the perimeter of the Bible just to press down the yap or the overhang. I like the way that looks as well. Do that both on the front as well as on the back. You can also apply either some saran wrap. I've found that just construction paper works well. If you want to take construction paper around the Bible, it seems to work really well in holding that down and helping to form the yap. Again, this is Seagull Scarlet River Grain Goatskin for the exterior cover as well as for the interior liner. As of right now, this is August the 20th, 2025. This Bible is still available for sale. If you're interested in it, you can find it on my website, woodsyleather.com. This is a great text block. Again, there's my information. If you're interested in having a Bible rebound, or if I can help you in any way, I'll be happy to do so. Just a few pictures of what the completed Bible rebind looks like. Anyways, I hope you have enjoyed this video. Thanks for taking the time to watch it. I hope this video has been an encouragement to you. If so, please be sure to leave a comment below and let me know that. Be sure to like the video, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and share it with your friends. Thanks for watching.